And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third match, for our third round, I should say, of Group C of HomeStory Cup 27. And we're jumping into our fresh best of 3 and spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines. We have the blue Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands. It is HiGhDrA. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 3. And coming into this, Elazer, he was the number 2 seed, by the way. I think during the interview with Thermal, they were going over it, how Zan was number 1, Elazer was number 2, Geralt was number 3, or I guess you can interchange Geralt and Elazer. So for Thermal to bring down both Elazer and Geralt, that was a crazy result, a crazy upset. And Thermal is poised to make it out of the group here. I say that there are still chances, of course, for some of these others to threaten him, and we'll see if Elazer can bring it back. We did mention previously as well, Elazer, he has been spending a lot less time competing in StarCraft for the past 6 months. Like, he has been playing a lot of Age of Empires instead and competing in Age of Empires. He's been enjoying himself quite a bit in that. And what I will say is that he still does, of course, compete in StarCraft 2 tournaments. He's still in form, I would say, despite splitting his attention between 2 different game modes. But that also does impact his practice, I'm sure. It also does impact, his overall form and like his peaking as well. We'll see if he can recover. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can have a chance here to make it out of the group, despite the result against Thermal. Let's go. Let us go. For now, Hatchgas Pool, standard opener out of Elazer. Likewise, HiGhDrA going for his own standard opener as well. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Now, we have been casting a lot of HiGhDrA already here tonight, and we've been seeing a lot of his PvPs, but a lot of them have been a lot more chaotic, a lot more intense, a lot of all-ins out of HiGhDrA, a lot of aggressive builds out of our Protoss player. What about his PvZ, though? Do we see something more standard? Do we see something else more aggressive once again? We're here to find out. We're here to find out. So here we go. So we have our initial Stargate opener out of HiGhDrA. So standard opener so far. Going for the Stargate. Likewise, Elazer back at home. Setting up as well on 2 bases, getting his third up and running. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. We're keeping an eye out for any earlier tech structures, like an earlier Roach War, an earlier Eva Chamber, earlier gases, earlier lair. Our eyes are on Elazer. I mean, typically he's known for greed, true. He's very much so known for just cutting corners, droning up as much as possible, and getting away with as much greed as he can. Traditionally, that's how Elazer has approached StarCraft. But has AoE changed him? It's possible. It's possible. As now Adepts, they do threaten the shade into the main. They threaten the shade. Elazer is keeping up. Oracle is on the way, so it's going to be Oracle first, not Void Ray. And it should be Oracle into a third. Into that third base. Oracle moves out. Behind this, did I see Twilight Council? Twilight Council and a gateway explosion on 2 bases. No third. Delayed third base here from HiGhDrA. Lings, they poke in. They spot the army in position. But again, HiGhDrA, he's committing here on 2 bases instead. Going into what looks to be Glaive Adepts. Now he does go for the third. So far, the tech is hidden, but the Overlord is going in for the scouts. Ooh, and HiGhDrA not in position. Okay, he's not here to delay. Not here to deny the scouts. Ay, ay, ay. There it is, Glazer on the horizon for HiGhDrA, but Elazer, he should be able to confirm this. Should be able to go in. Elazer. Checking the third instead. It does check the expansion. He does not go further in, so late scout by Elazer. Uh-oh. Now Elazer, he is skipping his Roach Warren, which is ideal for HiGhDrA, but Elazer is getting at least a safety Bailey nest. Now the nest is not a secure defense against Glaive Adepts, but it can be, right? It comes down to keeping up with the shades, keeping up with the movement. Overlord will check the natural, and we'll come across the Adepts that have been amassing. ACs. Let's see, he's aware. Overlord doesn't scout the main base, but we'll get eyes on all these Adepts that are building up. That is a sign That is a tell. Adepts are confirmed. Behind this, we'll need some safety banelings once the army moves out. Speaking of, here he comes. Here come the adepts. 7 banelings already morphing in. And again, if he failed to scout this, there would be no banelings ready. But Elazer, he's all over this attack. He's all over this aggression. It still comes down to the execution. Still comes down to the connections. As HiGhDRA's moving in. Flings a cache a shield battery. They go for the probes. Oh, brutal connections. Yeah, adepts are going down already. They get shut down by the banelings, and with that, Elazer holds. Elazer, he holds. He shuts down the army, and HiGhDRA's in a rough position. Ay, ay, ay. Here comes the counterattack. Elazer with a lot of momentum on his side. The banelings are waddling across, but it's all about the lings. It's all about the rest of the army. As more banelings are morphing in. Does hit the third. Banelings coming in from behind as well. And they collapse in from behind. And they do connect. They take down the middle line. 17 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. 17 workers go down. And GG. GG gets called. The economy is crippled. And Elazer takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Does take a lead in the series. Again, Moja, so much was banking on him hiding his build, hiding his all-in. Unfortunately, he got scouted. Unfortunately, he was unable to deny the Overlord. He was unable to deny the scouts. And with that, Elazer was more than ready, more than prepared. GG. GG, well played. With that, Elazer does take the first game of the series, and we'll see what HiGhDRA has in store for us next. We have seen a trend now. I have noticed a trend, I should say. In the PvPs, we saw a lot of all-ins out of HiGhDRA. I was curious if that was going to transition or if that was going to translate here in PvZ as well. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So here we go, as we're getting into our next game. So the question becomes, what do we see this time? We already saw some attempted Glaive Adept. We could see something more committed. We could see Void Ray into Skytoss, right? Into Rush into Carrier or Tempest. True. That is an option. We could be seeing a DT-based opener. We could see a charge-based all-in instead. We could see a slow lot Immortal all-in, which is very old school. There are options. There are options here for HiGhDRA, but here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the blue Protoss from Land of the Netherlands down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is HiGhDRA. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Polish Zerg player. We have the Polish Zerg player himself. We have the Red Zerg for Team Liquid. It is Elazer. Here we go. But yeah, it was a very clean defense from Elazer in regards to the Glaive Adept attack. Very clean. Shut down the Adepts. And once again, our eyes are going to be on HiGhDRA. As we do not expect a standard game. No shot. No shot. Going for an Archon-based opener, and Archon drops have been very trendy amongst the European Protosses. HiGhDRA might be one of them as well. So we might see a more standard opener into Archon drop instead. Also a viable option. The probe does poke in. Back at home, just gate expand into Cybercore, standard opener out of HiGhDRA. Nothing crazy. Nothing wild. So now setting up. From here, just like last game, we're going to be looking to see the initial tech of choice from HiGhDRA and the follow-up tech as well. That's really what we're looking for. Until then, everything is just kind of as it should be. And true, I should also say welcome on to Persephone. Persephone is one of the smaller maps in that pool. We do see a lot of aggression, a lot of all-ins on Persephone as a result. We have seen plenty of German taxis, for example, or more aggressive builds from the side of Zerg. The problem is that Elazer's not really one to initiate aggression too much. He's more of a reactive player, or I say that, he's more of a greedy player, and he will react to what you're doing, of course. So I don't really see Elazer starting things off with a fast lair and a fast overwatch speed and aggression from Elazer. I don't expect it, but we'll find out. But now, Stargate opener out of HiGhDrA. So far, so good. Third base is taken here from Elazer. And based on the rally, it does look like an Oracle first here from HiGhDrA. Going to be opening up Oracle. Adept does shade in. Looking for damage. Gets a drone. Gets one. One drone goes down. Oracle's on the way. Overlord will confirm. And HiGhDrA is expanding. Okay, standard opener. Let's go. Remember, last game he delayed his third base in favor of a Twilight Council. But this time he does rush into the third. Lings are moving into attempted delay. Okay, check the triangular third expansion first. Do rotate. They scouts. HiGhDrA will defend, but again, standard opener. Nothing too crazy, nothing too aggressive. We've gotten it out of our system, at least for now. Second Oracle's on the way. Behind this, Elazer just happily droning, saturating. Spores are on the way. He's opening up. Ooh, that's a fast lair. Jesus, okay. Does go for a 4-minute lair timing. Very fast. Speaking of, Twilight Council, no Forge. Earlier Twilight Council here out of HiGhDrA. This could still be Glaives, by the way. This could very much still be Glaive Adepts here from our Protoss. Just because there is no Forge. Without a Forge, no +1. So less likely for it to be Blink or Charge. If it is Blink, this could be the beginning of a 3-base all-in. As the Oracle is deflected, gases are being taken. Looks like Elazer's rushing into what should be Ling HiGhDrA. I say that technically this could be Ling into Muta. Could be Aspire. We'll see how greedy Elazer's going to be. Double Forge? Wait, what? Okay, going into Double Forge upgrades. Are we opening up and going into Charge with the Temple of Archives? That's what I'm leaning towards here. No, never mind. Okay, Blink is on the way. Into mass upgrades. Meanwhile, it is going to be not a Spy, but a HiGhDrA Den. So Ling HiGhDrA out of Elazer. Drop alerts are on the way. Elazer, he's picking up. He's picking up momentum. As he has been droning. Drop alert is ready. It's going to be a slow drop into the main. We'll see if HiGhDrA can keep up. Hola a todos. Too early here in Mexico, papi. Ah, buenos días, buenos días. ¿Qué tal? Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Good to see you. As Lings drop into the main, Probe's going to be going down at the same time. They do threaten the natural and the third. So far, 5 probe kills. Ooh, getting on top of the Stalker. Stalker does go down as well. Not quite. But 7 probes nonetheless. HiGhDrA are building up. And so far, successful damage here from Elazer. He does slow HiGhDrA down. Oh. Does slow him down. And Elazer's not droning. Elazer's cutting workers at under even 3-base saturation. Okay. I was not expecting him to be this aggressive, but the 4th base just for Larva. Just for Larva. No Eva Chamber upgrade. Just a Ling HiGhDrA all in out of Elazer, all for 54 workers. He's going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throat. This is why there's no Eva Chamber. That's why there's no +1 for Elazer. It's just purely a hash-based all in. Does open up the natural. Waiting at the oracles. And breaks down that front door. Ooh, takes down the first Oracle as well. And we have HiGhDrA pushing into the army, which is what Elazer wants. Collapsing on the Stalkers, Lings, they peel off into the mineral line. Pro's going to be going down, drop back into the main. And he snipes the cyber core. No more Stalkers, only Zealots to reinforce. Slow Lords. And from there, Elazer just pulling HiGhDrA apart. Gets into natural. Pass on the Stalkers as well. Yeah, and HiGhDrA just cannot hold on. He cannot defend. Not against this. Too many losses here. And not enough to defend. Again, he just didn't see the all-in, didn't see it coming. No shield barriers are prepared. GG gets called, and Elazer, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. HiGhDrA, he was blindly setting up for a longer game. He was blindly trying to tech, trying to saturate, trying to work towards upgrades. Whereas Elazer, remember, he never got an Eva chamber, he never got his upgrades. Now we see why he got his early lair. Remember, it was a 4-minute lair that is much earlier than normal to rush into HiGhDrA to go for a Ling HiGhDrA all-in with only HiGhDrA upgrades, with the speed upgrade, I should say. Getting to the speed upgrade, again, no extra gases, no saturation, no full saturation at the third. GG. GG will play, so Elazer, he pops off being the aggressor instead, and Elazer will claim the series. With that, we are going to be getting ready for our next matchup. Let's figure out where we are and what is left, because again, the group has been progressing quite quickly. Quite quickly here. Let's have a look together. Let's have a look. Okay, round three. Round three is going to be wrapping up here. We do have Zaun. Zaun takes on Geralt 2-0. Elazer takes on HiGhDrA 2-0. And Uthermal, he's up against Moja in the next series. I believe that's being covered by the mainstream. Let's have a look.